Hello student, good morning. I have started the revision of complex number for class 10 advanced math chapter 2. In the first part we have done some important sums. Some remaining sums, very important remaining sums are left out. So today I will try to explain you. So revision of complex number, remaining sums. This is second part. So start now. Number 1 today. For the complex number z equal to, for the complex number z minus 1 by z plus 1 is purely imaginary. This is given. Then we need to show that modulus z is equal to 1. So start the solution. Let z equal to x plus iy, or you can take a plus ib. Now find z minus 1 by z plus 1. Put the value of z x plus iy minus 1, x plus iy plus 1. Okay. Now make the denominator real. So x plus iy minus 1. What will multiply here? First see the denominator. Express the denominator in the terms of a plus ib. What we will write? X plus 1 plus iy. So this is to be multiplied in order to make it real by x plus 1 minus iy. So here also, but here bracket you may not give. Okay. X plus 1 minus iy you can write. Now multiply carefully. X square plus x minus ixy, multiplied by x, then multiplied by I. See what your x square plus x minus ixy, then multiply by this plus ixy plus ixy plus iy minus I square y minus I square y, then minus x minus 1 minus plus iy, and in the denominator a plus b into a minus b, what we will get? X plus 1 whole square minus I square y square. Okay. Now minus ixy plus ixy cancel. Okay, what else is cancel? Plus x minus x cancel. Then nothing is cancel. Okay, what is left? X square. See, I square is minus 1. So minus plus. This is I square y. I square y square will get no here. I square y square, sorry. So this will be minus plus y square minus 1, I can see here, minus 1 plus iy, how much will get? Twice iy by x plus 1 whole square plus y square, because I square is minus 1. Expressed in the form of a plus ib. So x square plus y square minus 1 by x plus 1 whole square plus y square plus I into twice y by x plus 1 whole square plus y square. Understood it? See, expressed in the form of real part and imaginary part separately. Always you will form it expressed in the form of a plus ib. Now what is given? Since this is purely imaginary, since z minus 1 by z plus 1 is purely imaginary, on what condition? This value is this. It will be purely imaginary when purely imaginary means only this part will be here. So this part must be 0. Real part must be 0. Therefore, real part is what? X square plus y square minus 1 by x plus 1 whole square plus y square equal to 0. Understood? This will be a purely imaginary number if its real part is 0. So this is 0. Then after here what we will get? X square plus y square minus cross multiply, it will be 0. So x square plus y square equal to 0. What is this? Under root x square plus y square equal to 0. What is this? This is modulus z, because z equal to x plus I y equal to 0. So this is one of the important 3 marks sums. Okay. So now we go to the next important sum. Next sum is simple sum. Next sum, this is but also important. Determine the modulus and amplitude of minus 1 minus 3i. So this is z, no, complex number is given minus 1 minus 3i. So modulus z is equal to under root a square this is root 3i, sorry, minus 1 minus root 3i modulus minus under root minus root 3 whole square. What we will get? 1 no, plus minus square also plus 1 plus 3 equal to, will get 4 equal to 2. This is first part. Modulus is now. What is that equal to? Minus 1 minus root 3i. The corresponding order pair will be minus 1 minus root 3. It will be in which quadrant? Second quadrant, no? Oh. This is plus, okay, it is same only, this is plus, this will lie in the second quadrant. It lies in the second quadrant. In the question it was plus, that property, minus 1 plus root 3i. So that's why it will lie in the second quadrant. Okay, now find tan alpha equal to, tan alpha is modulus y by modulus x. So modulus root 3 by modulus minus 1 is equal to root 3 by 1 is equal to root 3 equal to tan 60 degree, or you can write, okay, tan 60 degree. So alpha equal to 60 degree or pi by 3. Now for second quadrant, what is theta equal to? Pi minus alpha. Theta equal to pi minus alpha. So pi minus pi by 3. So 3 is LCM, how much we will get? Twice pi by 3. So this is the amplitude, twice pi by 3. Okay. Now this sum I had explained you is because we are going to express in the polar form, important part. For polar form, both modulus and amplitude are required for to express any complex number in trigonometric form or polar form. You need to find the modulus and the complex number and the amplitude. That's why. So next question is here. Number 3. question is represent z equal to -2 minus twice I in polar form. In polar form. It is also called trigonometric form. It is, what is r into cos theta plus I sin theta. This is called polar form or trigonometry. R is the modulus of the complex number and theta is the amplitude. So you need to find modulus and the amplitude only. To start the solution, first find modulus z r equal to modulus z equal to -2 whole square plus -2 whole square equal to 4 plus 4 equal to 8 equal to 2 root 2. This is r equal to. Now since z equal to -2 minus twice I, the corresponding order pair is -2 -2, so it will lie in the third quadrant. Okay, third quadrant. Now find tan alpha. Tan alpha equal to modulus y modulus z equal to modulus -2 by modulus -2 equal to 2 by 2 equal to 1. So what is 1 equal to tan? 45 degree. So alpha equal to 45 degree, which is also called pi by 4. Okay. For third quadrant, what we have? For third quadrant, what we have? Theta equal to minus pi plus alpha, minus pi plus alpha. So minus pi plus pi by 4. So how much will get? 4 is the LCM, minus 4 pi plus pi. So minus 3 pi by 4. So therefore, required polar form is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. What is r? 2 root 2, and cos theta is what? Okay, we need to give the different bracket here because theta is minus 3 pi by 4 plus I sin minus 3 pi by 4. Okay, this is the answer. Polar form or trigonometric form, what you can say. Understood? Okay, next sum. Next sum is also important for 2 marks. Number 4 perhaps. Prove that root I plus root minus I equal to root 2. To start the solution. See, I is what? Twice I by 2. This is 1 minus 1 plus twice I by 2. This is 1 square plus I square plus 2 into 1 into I by 2. So actually this is 1 plus I whole square by 2. See, this is I only. We are expressed as a perfect square because we need to find the positive square root of I. Therefore, root I equal to 1 plus I by root 2 because square root of 2 is root 2. If root I equal to this, so similarly, root minus I equal to, it will be 1 minus I by root 2. You can try. Now, root I plus root minus I, put the value 1 plus I by root 2 plus 1 minus I by root 2. What is the LCM? Root 2, 1 plus I plus 1 minus I. So what you will get? 2 by root 2. Root 2 can be written root 2 into root 2 by root 2. So final answer is root 2 and this is the RHS. This is the LHS equal to, okay. So this is also an important question for 2 marks. Sometimes it is minus also, you will get something here, right hand side different, okay. Next sum now. Question number, what was 5 or 6? How many sums you have done? 5. 5 now. If Z1 equal to -2 plus twice I Z2 equal to 1 minus I, then we need to verify that amplitude Z1 Z2 is equal to amplitude Z1 plus amplitude Z2. This is the property of the amplitude of a complex number. Amplitude of product of two complex number is equal to sum of their amplitudes. Okay. So first take the left hand side. Find Z1 into Z2. So minus 2 plus twice I into 1 minus I. Okay. So multiply here, minus 2 plus twice I plus twice I minus twice I squared. Is it correct? No, multiplication. Minus 2 plus twice I plus twice I minus twice I squared. How much will get? Minus 2 plus 4I plus 2. So this is 4I. This can be in the form of a plus I by 0 plus I into 4. Corresponding order pair will be 0, 4. See, 0, 4 will lie 0, 4 will lie positive part of it, lies on the positive part of the imaginary axis. Okay. So therefore amplitude Z1 into Z2. You see the value of Z1 into Z2 is equal to pi by 2 because it lies on the positive part of imaginary axis. Y axis called the imaginary axis. Okay. Now we will go to the RHS. This is LHS. This is LHS equal to. Now, what is Z1 equal to? Minus 2 plus twice I. Corresponding order pair is what? Minus 2, 2. It lies in the second quadrant. Okay? Second quadrant. So find tan alpha. Tan alpha equal to modulus y by modulus x. So modulus 2 by modulus minus 2. So 2 by 2 equal to 1 equal to tan 45 degree. So what we will get? Alpha equal to 45 degree. 45 degree or pi by 4. Okay. Now this is all done, so not required now. So what is Z2 equal to? Z2 equal to 1 minus I, corresponding order pair 1 comma minus 1. It will lie in the fourth quadrant. It lies in the fourth quadrant. Okay. Now find tan alpha. Tan alpha equal to modulus minus 1 by modulus 1 modulus y by, okay. So this is 1 by 1 equal to tan 45 degree. So alpha equal to 45 degree for fourth quadrant. For fourth quadrant, here this is, we have taken which one? Which we are doing. Okay, Z2. This is Z1 we have already done, so we are doing Z2 only. Z1 it lies in the second quadrant. So theta we have to got. For This part you have not done, no? For second quadrant, take theta 1. Theta 1 equal to, if the point lies on the second quadrant, if the point lies in the second quadrant, then what is theta 1 equal to pi minus alpha equal to pi minus pi by 4. Okay. So how much we will get? 3 pi by 4. This is theta 1. Now for fourth quadrant, this time suppose this is Z2 you have taken, the let amplitude be theta 2. Theta 2 for the fourth quadrant, what is theta 2 equal to? Minus alpha. Minus pi 45 degree or pi by 4, okay? So minus pi by 4. So take the RHS now. RHS amplitude Z1 plus amplitude Z2. What is amplitude? 3 pi by 4 plus minus pi by 4. So 4 is the LCM. How much we will get? 3 pi plus minus minus pi. So how much we will get? 2 pi by 4. 2 pi by 4 equal to pi by 2. So this is RHS pi by 2. This is LHS pi by 2. So therefore finally what we will write? Amplitude Z1 into Z2 equal to amplitude Z1 plus amplitude Z2. Okay, verified or short, what you will write? Next sum now. One more property, no? Amplitude of the quotient of two complex numbers is equal to the difference of their amplitude. We will try to verify that one. So write down question number, what will write? 6. If Z1 equal to root 3 minus I, Z2 equal to 1 minus root 3I, verify that amplitude Z1 by Z2 is equal to amplitude Z1 minus amplitude Z2, okay? Z2. Start now solution now. First find the left hand side, find out solution. Z1 by Z2. Let me check the question once more. Okay. Find Z1 by Z2. Root 3 minus I by 1 minus root 3I. So root 3 minus I into 1 plus root 3I by 1 minus root 3I into 1 plus root 3I to make the denominator real. Now multiplication is required here. Root 3 plus 3I minus I minus root 3I square by here what? A square plus A square minus B square, 3I square. So this is root 3 plus twice I, see here, twice I, and this will be what here? Plus root 3, I square is no 1, by 1 plus 3. So how much get? 2 root 3 plus twice I by 4. So 2 is common. What you will get? Root 3 plus I by 4. So 2 is cancelled. What you will get? Root 3 by 2 plus I into 1 by 2. Okay. The corresponding order pair will be what? Root 3 by 2 comma 1 by 2, which is obviously in the first quadrant. It lies in the first quadrant. Okay. Okay, now, therefore, what is tan alpha equal to? Tan alpha equal to modulus y by modulus x, modulus x, y by x, 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2. What will get? 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2. So 1 by root 3, which is equal to tan 30 degree. So alpha equal to 30 degree or pi by 6. For second quadrant, what we will get? Theta equal to alpha equal to, therefore amplitude Z1 by Z2 equal to pi by 6. Okay. This is, we have taken left hand side. This is the left hand side. Now we'll find the right hand side. To this part I need to omit here. Take 5 seconds break. Now start Z1. Z1 equal to what? Root 3 minus I, corresponding order pair will be root 3 comma minus 1, which is in the fourth quadrant. It lies in the fourth quadrant. Okay. Now find tan alpha. Tan alpha equal to modulus y by modulus x equal to 1 by root 3 is equal to tan 30 degree. So therefore alpha equal to 30 degree or pi by 6. For the fourth quadrant, what you will get? Theta 1, let it be theta 1 equal to alpha equal to pi by 6. Now Z2 equal to 1 minus root 3I, corresponding order pair will be 1 comma minus root 3. Okay, this is also in fourth quadrant. It lies in the fourth quadrant. Now find out tan alpha equal to modulus y by modulus x equal to root 3 equal to tan 60 degree. So alpha equal to how much you will get? 60 degree, which is also called pi by 3. For the fourth quadrant, For the fourth quadrant, theta 2 equal to minus alpha, to minus pi by 3 you have got. Okay. Just 1 second. I need to clean. Okay. Can I clean this part? Okay, this part. Now find the RHS. RHS is what? Amplitude theta 1 minus theta 2. Amplitude theta 1 amplitude Z1, you can write Z1 minus amplitude Z2. What is amplitude Z1 we have got? Theta 1, how much we have got? Minus pi by 6 minus pi by 6 minus pi by 3 theta 2. So minus pi by 6 plus pi by 3. LCM is 6. How much you will get here? Minus pi plus twice pi. So what you will get? Pi by 6. So therefore see LHS. Therefore LHS is equal to RHS, hence verified. Okay, this is number 6. Okay, sorry. Now, next sum now. I am trying to give you each type of sums, each different type which is needed. Now, some very important is square root. Okay, number what you have is number 7 now. Square root. Oh, this is most important. X plus I into under root x to the power 4 plus x square plus 1. Since must be the 2 must be here, then only will express in the form of twice ab. So we need to multiply here 2 and divide by 2. So twice x plus I into 2. You know it can be factorized. X4 plus x square plus 1 can be x4 plus twice x square plus 1 minus x square. Okay. Check camera is working. Okay, fine. So this is x square plus 1 whole square and this is x square. What are the factor? X square plus 1 plus x or x square plus 1 minus x. So you can write here under root x square plus x plus 1. I will be with here. You understood later on why? X square minus x plus 1. Okay. This factorization. 2 is there because we divide by 2 and multiplied by 2 and I should be here. So this is half. You know this can be written x square plus x plus 1. Okay, you can give second bracket minus x square minus x plus 1. You understood why? Plus 2 into under root x square plus x plus 1 I into under root x square minus x plus 1. Because this minus this, when we remove sign bracket, no, this is minus x square cancel, minus minus plus x, so x plus x twice x, this one cancel. So now this can be written under root x plus x square plus x plus 1 whole square. And this, if you write plus here, then I into under root x square minus x plus 1 whole square plus 2 into under root x square plus x plus 1 into I into under root x square minus x plus 1. Okay, this is in the form of a square plus b square plus twice ab, which is a plus b whole square. 1 by 2 into under root x square plus x plus 1 plus I into under root x square minus x plus 1 whole square. Okay. To find the square root, first you need to express as a perfect square. So therefore, you will get a square root equal to plus minus 1 by root 2, because square root of 2 also we have to write. And this will be under root x square plus x plus 1 plus I into under root x square minus x plus 1. This is the answer. Understood? Factorize it. 2 was not there, so we need to multiply by 2 and divide by 2. Then it will be on the form of twice ab, then express in the form of a plus b whole square, then find the square root. One more square root is there, which is a little bit of higher order, so that also I want to give you. Others are easy. If you know this sum, the other sums can be done. One more square root, number, which number, I don't know, 8 number perhaps. Find the square root of 4ab minus 2. It is not difficult, but usually a student find it difficult. So 2 is already here, so this time we need not to multiply it by 2. You know, this can be a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. This is the class 8 identities. A plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square, we get 4ab. And this is 2 into a plus b into I into a minus b. This is a plus b minus b square minus b square. So now this will be sorry, the minus is there, so we'll give minus. In the form of twice a, we have to do. This is a, this is b, that's why a square and b square. But minus sign is there, you need to write a plus b whole square plus I into a minus b whole square. Then 2 into a plus b into I into a minus b. Now it is in the form of a square plus b square minus twice ab. So the formula is a plus b plus I into a minus b whole square. So this is, now you can find the square root. The square root equal to plus minus a plus b plus I into a minus b. Keep in the bracket. This is the answer. Understood? From here only we'll get the hint. Express in the form of twice ab. Then you can write a square b square easily. Okay? So these are the important square roots. Others you can do easy only. One more sum is there. Digit number 9. Discuss the nature of roots. Nature of roots of x4 minus 1 equal to 0. So x4 minus 1 equal to 0 implies x square plus 1 into x square minus 1 equal to 0. A plus b into a minus b square minus b square, no. So either this equal to 0, either x square plus 1 equal to 0, or this equal to 0, x square minus 1 equal to 0. So from here what we will get? X square equal to minus 1. Here what we will get? X square equal to 1. So what is x equal to? Square root, what is square root of 1? Minus I followed by plus minus. What is x equal to here? Plus minus 1. So what are the roots? Roots are root I minus root I 1 minus 1. So there are 4 roots. Obviously will be 4 roots, no, because this is a equation of degree 4. But 2, therefore out of these 4 roots, 2 roots are imaginary. Therefore it has 2 imaginary roots and 2 real roots. Okay. One more type of sum I have not given you. Okay, so I can give one more type of sum. To express in polar form, when it looks like given, question is given, also look like in polar form. The question is expressed in polar form. Sine 150 degree minus I cos. See, polar form is trigonometric form. So it is already in trigonometric form. But actual form is what? Cos theta r into cos theta plus I sin theta. So you need to express this in this form. So first you have to find r. What is r equal to? Suppose this is z, no? So r equal to modulus z. What is modulus z equal to? A square, x square plus y square. So sin square 150 degree plus minus cos 150 degree whole square. How much will get? Sin square 150 degree minus will be plus cos square 150 degree. Trigonometric identities I had explained you one general math class. sine, this is first identity, sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. For theta it can be 150 degree, it can be 50 degree or 100 degree, it will be 1 only. So 1, this is 1. First we have got r. Now we will try to express this in this form. So sine, you will write now, sine 150 degree minus I cos 150 degree. Sine 50 degree can be 90 plus 60 minus I into cos 150 can be 90 degree plus 60 degree. Yeah, I explain you the quadrant rule or ASTC. Here all trigonometric ratio will be positive. Here sine and cosec are positive. Here tan and cot are positive. Here cos and sec are positive. This angle 90 plus theta, this is 90 plus something will go in the fall in the second quadrant. So sine will be positive. But this is 1 into 90, odd multiple of 90. So ratio will change. Sine will change to cos. When you will do trigonometry, then you will understand properly. But here in remember sine 90 plus theta is cos theta minus I into cos 90 minus theta. Since this is 90 plus 60 will fall in the second quadrant more than 90 degree, and only sine and cosec are positive, so this will be negative. So minus cos 60 degree. Okay. So this is cos, oh no, sine. Odd multiple of 90, ratio will change to sine. So cos 60 degree minus plus I sine 60 degree. So therefore required polar form or trigonometric form is equal to what? R, which is 1 into cos 60 degree plus I sine 60 degree. Or it can be cos pi by 3 plus I sine pi by 3. Okay, so this is the second part of revision of complex number. I had tried to cover up each type of sums required for your examination. You need to practice this. So these are the sums. I think it will help you for your revision, for your exams, unit tests, half yearly and other exams. So try to understand it, practice it, and you will get good marks. Hope to you will get good marks in this chapter. If you have any doubt, please comment on us. If you get benefited, please share to your friends also. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe the channel because the classes will be continued. Next class will be next chapter. So that's all for today. All the best. Have a good day.